I think we thought about motivation wrong. This was me in the past when I used to tell myself a lie, which was, I will start when I am motivated.
And guess what? I nearly never felt motivated to start unless there is a very close deadline. And sometimes that feeling of motivation kicks in. I'm gonna be disciplined. I will do all my work. I'm a very smart person. And it just disappears. And everyone else seems to be very smart, disciplined, genius, constantly moving toward their goals. It makes us feel like we are only ones stuck in mud, waiting for a spark that never comes.
Hi friends, my name is Rayan. I am a third year med student. In this video, I'm going to talk about fake motivation, real motivation, and I believe the third one is the most important one. What I mean by fake motivation is when we have a strong desire to be more productive. For example, some videos make these feelings for us. They say you are strong, you are capable of everything, successful people never give up. These videos just make us very excited about being more confident, and they are manipulating our emotions. And after several minutes or maybe hours, we lose this feeling. This motivation won't help you do your work for weeks or even months. It's just for several minutes. This is one reason why I call it fake motivation. It has one advantage of this type of motivation, which is it's very effective for short terms. For example, once a week or for some specific days. You might be tired, for example, or you might be stressed about a project or an exam. This motivation might be very effective for those days, but not in the long term. It's not for being productive for weeks or even months. So, the real motivation. In the past, I used to believe that successful people are motivated to do their job. I believed that they love their job, but I was wrong. Everyone is forcing themselves to do their job. For example, most of doctors love to be doctors, but for every day they are not intrinsically motivated to go to the hospital, but they force themselves to wear their clothes and go to the hospital for every day. When we look at them, we think that they are some productive professionals who are very motivated to do their job. Or, for example, Muhammad Ali used to tell himself, suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. So training for him was not something intrinsically motivated. It was not as sweet as sugar. He loved to be a champion, and this love didn't help him to be motivated to work out every day, because he need to force himself to train for everyday working. And that is kind of crazy. Even streamers are playing video games, but they say, I need to force myself to start. They love playing video games, but for everyday streaming, they force themselves to start. So please, if you are waiting to be motivated to do your job, you need to force yourself to start. Everyone is doing that. And look, I'm not saying be disciplined to work or study for 20 hours per day. Be disciplined to realistic goals so you can achieve them. I'm saying that if you make your day plan, you will study for 1 hour, stick to that plan, and be disciplined for that 1 hour. When you want to know more about motivation, probably you want to get more stuff done, right? And one of the most important things prevent us from being productive is social media. If you are using social media without any limitation on the screen time, hell no. You are literally wasting your life. Look, we need to use social media, right? But it needs to be limited. One of the very useful way is to set a specific time for using social media. For example, it can be from 10 to 11 p.m. You might use it for example, for learning Chinese or whatever it is. Be dedicated to that time every day. Believe me, you can save hours each day. Or maybe you might need to use it 1 hour every 3 days, for example. So depend on you. Do not forget that time is one of the most valuable things we have. We can never make more time, because if 1 day of your life passes, there is no way to return that day. And I can guarantee to you, if you control your time using social media, it can be life-changing, especially in long term.